Since we've been talking quite extensively about emails, and after all, email is one of the main sales activities, and salespeople actually handle a large volume of emails as well. I wanted to share some of my personal favorite tips around inbox management. First of all, remember what works for me might not work for you, so take and apply what you think is suitable for yourself. My first favorite tip is inbox zero-ish. I try to have my inbox as clean as possible because when my inbox is cluttered, I find that it gets a bit overwhelming. And when I'm overwhelmed, I tend to skip over certain emails or I'm less inclined to actually respond to certain emails as well. The good news is with most modern inboxes like Gmail and Outlook, they have pretty good search functionality. So you don't have to have a very elaborate labeling or filing system in place. And what I typically just do is I move things into a folder if I don't require any action on it, right? So out of sight, out of mind. Related to that is the snooze function in the inbox. It's one of my favorite functions as well. If you don't need to respond, but you do need to remind yourself to respond at a later time for whatever reason, just hit snooze and then it's removed from your inbox and reappears when the action is needed. So you can set it to snooze for 1 week, snooze for until a certain date, for example. Here's what it looks like in Gmail. So you can snooze till later today, tomorrow, next week, or you can pick your own date and time, those kind of things. Another tip that I find really helpful as well is the 2-minute rule. If there is anything that takes you less than 2 minutes to resolve, not only for emails, then just do it. Get it out of the way instead of deferring it, waiting for these small tasks to pile up. Putting it off is a waste of time because then you end up finding that you actually need to spend more time in the future because you need to reread the email again, maybe you forgot about it, and then you reply. So if anything takes less than 2 minutes to action, just do it. The fourth tip is batch checking your email instead of being compulsive when you're checking it. So limit checking emails to maybe 2 to 3 times a day. And that allows you to carve out the time to have really focused work. We like to think that we're really good at multitasking, but a lot of research has shown that we are not actually very effective when we try to multitask. So yeah, this is great practice, not only for emailing, but for any task that you're doing. Batch it instead of trying to do multiple things at the same time, because then it reduces the time that you need to shift gears and refocus when you're switching those tasks. And lastly, I am very unforgiving with unsubscribing to any email that I don't enjoy reading or I don't find value for. So if I'm added to a newsletter that I don't recall, unsubscribe, hit flag as spam, whatever it is, so that it won't land in your inbox, right? Otherwise, you end up wasting time skimming over those emails only to delete right after, even without actually opening up the email. That still consumes some time as well. So just unsubscribe so that it doesn't even come into your inbox to begin with.